You are now listening to The Beat Basement, Season 4, Episode 6.
How life treating you over there in the quarantine?
Man, hey, it's the same, man. Producer life, man. We stay locked in anyways.
Presents The Beat Basement, where you hear from your livest producers, all of them. And this is where it all goes down, where you hear the funky sounds, from the producers that's up and coming to Grammy Award winning, all of them. And I'm your host, Swish, and we going in, everything going in. Well, on this episode, we got the super producer, man. He's been working for years now, getting his grind on. I got my man Clint Music in the building. What it do?
What's up? What's up?
Tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a musician, producer, songwriter. Been producing. I know, right? I do a few things.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
But yeah, man. So I guess I started, professionally around 2009 is when I started my production company. Grew up in Ohio, born and raised in Toledo.
Wait. So you started your own company? I don't mean to cut you off. You started your own company?
Yeah.
Hey, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Entrepreneurs
yes,
out here for real.
Yes, sir,
That's
man.
what it's all about.
So I started that before I finished college in Columbus. Shout out to the Buckeyes, Ohio State, the Ohio State. So yeah, man. So music has always been a passion. Always been around it, and moved down to Atlanta in like 2011 to just take things to the next level. And since then, I've been blessed to work with Grammy Nominated artists such as Tamar Braxton, Case, Tyon T.C. Christian, and a bunch of TV networks. I do a lot of stuff for TV and film. So you probably heard stuff on Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink Crew, The Kardashians, a bunch of other shows. So yeah, man, just working, man, trying to get better every day.
Man, that sounds good, bro. That sounds good. Sound like you cooking. Sound like you ain't came out the kitchen yet.
Nah, man, it's too early to come out. We gotta keep cooking, man.
Got to. So were you let's go back to them Ohio them Buckeye days, man. Was you cooking up then, and what was you doing, man? How was that whole experience though?
Yeah, so it was dope, man. So while I was it was challenging too, because I already knew what I wanted to do, but I still wanted to kind of get the degree out the way and kind of get a grasp of some business concepts, some marketing concepts. So it helped me there. But while I was there, I was playing for groups and the gospel choir there, African American Voices Gospel Choir. So that's where I was really able to develop musically as a musician. So a lot of growth happened while I was there in Ohio. It's a lot of talent there, you know what I mean? So it was a great place to grow, to learn from other musicians and other people. So I was making music, making beats and through college, and just on that grind, man, just trying to get my grades and still work on my craft. So yeah, that was what I was doing the whole time, just working on music, and studying at the same time. So yeah.
Were you playing in the band?
Yeah. A few different groups. So I was doing a lot of like live shows and gigging and stuff like that. So I started out on drums around 4, played drums up until around 16, and that's when I started picking up keys and piano and things like that. So keys is like my main instrument now, and then later on, I kind of picked up bass naturally, just from playing keys, you kind of know what the bass line is. So I play around with the bass a little bit too, but keys is like my main thing.
Man, that's dope. That's dope right there, man. Where'd you get the name? Is that that's your name or that's your?
Yeah, Clint, just my last name, man. Just growing up through high school, most people just call me by my last name, so So that's what I'm known as, is this Clint. Anthony Clint Jr. is the full name, and then my company name is Clint Productions.
Let's talk about this quarantine names for producers. I picked that out too, man. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Man, so okay, so I had a couple quarantine beat names. One was Chill in the House, another one was In My Shelter, and then another one was Locked In. So those are the three quarantine names that I came up with while I was creating. So something to look back on and be like, I know exactly what I was doing when I created these. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sitting in quarantine, you made history with them beats though. You know what I mean? Because you can always go back and be like, dude, I was on lockdown, like literally on lockdown when the whole world shut down and cooking these beats.
That's
you
true.
Gotta get these ones. You know what I mean? These is classics. For real. But yeah, Ohio, man. Bone Thugs, when I think of Ohio, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Musically. So talented. And then that style, I feel like that style is still being used today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Migos, a lot of different people use it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, how'd you get started with producing?
Yeah, that happened I was around 15. Me and my boys, we would just kind of make beats and then just kind of play them for each other. We would use, what was that? PlayStation Music Maker or something like that. Or something, I forget what it was, some PlayStation program. We used to drag loops around, try and rap over them, you know what I mean? So just playing around, but man, I don't know. I took an interest in the whole process of creating something and seeing it from concept all the way to, the finished product where everybody listens to the final product. And I fell in love with that whole process, man. And, just growing up listening to dope producers and just wanting to be a part of that process and help artists out. And that's kind of how it started, man. And I never walked away from it.
So you like to be in the lab with the artists while y'all creating something?
I mean, it goes both ways. Sometimes, I'm in the lab creating organically from scratch, and then a lot of times it's me creating the beat in my own zone, and then I shoot it over to whoever I'm working with or to the TV show or whatever, and then they just kind of do their thing from there, and then we just kind of come together on the final product.
Right. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. Which one do you like most, man? I mean, I know they both bring in the right streams of income.
Yeah, I mean I don't know, man. I mean, I like it all. I like it all. I think it really depends on who I'm working with and what I'm working on. Everybody has their own vibe. Sometimes, as creatives, a lot of us are introverts, so people like to be in their own space when they create. So, I mean, technology allows us to do that. So it's whatever works.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That is really dope. What you think makes a good producer or a dope producer?
That's a good question, man. I think what makes a dope producer is the ability to have a vision, the ability to lead, because you have to lead an artist, through a session, and every artist is different. You can't talk to every artist the exact same way because they respond differently to different things. Like some artists, you can just tell them straight up, like, yo, that sucks, do it again. You can be hard on them. And some artists, you may have to make it a little sweeter, you know what I mean, to get the results that you want as a producer. So I think a good producer knows how to get the best performance out of an artist, how to create an emotion if you're scoring for TV and film, how to create music that pulls on certain emotions, you know what I mean, for certain scenes. And it's not easy to do. So, I think if you can do that, I think you're dope. And then I guess just kind of leaving room and getting out the way and letting the artist shine, you know what I mean? And and do your thing without, doing too much musically.
That's right. Hey, you can outshine the artist every now and then. There ain't nothing wrong. It's
You got,
happening a lot nowadays.
you gotta do it tastefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. I like to pick little spots in songs, like, you know, certain spots where I can add my little, you know,
Right.
guns and all that stuff. So yeah.
Right. And that's why I think producers added their tags as much as they do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm here, you know, recognize me too, you know what I'm saying? Because you bobbing your head all day to the beat. I'm going to let you know who I am now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good for branding.
Hey, let the listeners know who all you've worked for and worked with and what you had, you know.
Let's see. So when I first started out, my first major exposure, I guess, or experience was Music Soul Child. That kind of got the ball rolling as far as me just continuing to pursue it. The record didn't get placed, but we worked on it, and that gave me a push. And then from there, worked with Tamar Braxton, Tyon Christian, also known as TC, Dondria Nicole, Case. Let's see, keeping up as far as TV shows, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Thursday Night Football, Black Ink Crew, Loving Hip Hop.
Yeah. So you about to get that spot with Kanye then soon. You about to get that collab, you and him.
Hey, let Kanye know I'm ready if he wants to. All right, I'm here, man.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, and a bunch of other shows. I can't keep up with everything, but yeah, man, absolutely.
What's your style though? You know,
R&B, soul, trap soul, that whole lane.
What do you think about Live Nation not giving refunds to fans who bought tickets for their artists?
Yeah, I knew nothing about that. Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang.
I mean, yeah, because of COVID, you know what I'm saying? If you paid in advance for a ticket, they are not trying to give up that money. So, you know, it's still a work in progress.
I don't agree with that fully. Like I understand there's costs associated with, you know, processing tickets or whatever. So at least give them the majority, take out whatever fees, you know, the little fees they add when you purchase a ticket, but give them, you know, the majority of the money back. Because if you ain't going to the show, you ain't experiencing it. You know, I don't think that's right. I know a lot of companies, man, they've been real lenient with you know, offer. I've had to give partial refunds because the tour was physical. Like I was going city to city and having sessions in studios, and we can connect on a personal level, but it had to go virtual. So if you wanted to still attend the virtual one, I gave people like 50% off rip, just because, I mean, it's only right. You change the experience. You have to compensate people accordingly. I only think that's fair.
Yeah. And it's hard times right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are working.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't understand that neither, man.
Yeah.
Tell the listeners about your tour though, man. What is it? It's the Road to 10 Placements tour.
Yeah, so the Road to 10 Placements tour is focused on, you know, getting in the TV and film sync licensing lane of the music business. So literally it's I limit it to only 15 slots per date because I want to be able to share as much information as possible, and I don't hold back. So I try and share as much information as possible to get people started and give them insight to like the exact steps that I took to start getting music on MTV, BT, VH1, CBS, NBC, all these.
Did you take classes? Did you take business classes when you was in Ohio, or?
I took like consumer marketing, some marketing classes and things like that.
This is a lot of stuff that producers need to know about, man. They really need to know about your tour and your class, bro.
Yeah.
That's some big stuff you talking.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, so during these sessions right now, they're all virtual. So literally anybody from around the world. Last week we had somebody from Canada, from Australia. So literally anywhere around the world you can join one of these dates. And we talk about music production, music licensing, music business. We talk about different deal structures to look out for in music licensing. Sometimes we get questions on just how to structure your business, your music production business. And we just dig deep, man. And the first 5 for each date, who grabs their slot, I give them my Road to 10 Placements PDF and audio course free. So just a ton of value, man, just trying to help producers who don't know about this stream of income for music, just helping them get the knowledge that they need to get out there and start shopping their music. A story about hip hop
that you went through, your first experience or whatever, anything.
Okay. Man, okay, so I guess I'll talk about a personal experience I had with producer teams and producers and things like that. So was working with the producer, and we were in the makes of just kind of creating this whole team. We just bang out tracks and send them and just build from there. So something happened, man, where I had some sessions on my computer, on my laptop, that I was working on. I haven't shared with anybody. It was on my laptop, still working on it. And I remember the day I went over there because he was installing some stuff on that joint, and I remember I had to leave to go to a rehearsal because this was back when I was gigging and doing live shows and things. So I had a rehearsal to get to. So I left my laptop there. Stupid me. So some weeks went by, and the guy shoots me an email. It's like, yo, like, I want you to finish this beat. Do your thing or whatever. So I'm listening. I'm like, this is my beat. Like, why? How you gonna send my stuff to me to finish? And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the session because I made a typo, right? So I'm typing. I made a typo and I capitalized like the R on crash or something like that. And I remembered it because I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's a typo. Like, whatever. I don't care. And it stayed like that. Nothing changed. So it was like, literally, like, it was my session stripped down and sent back to me to finish. And pretty much at the end of the day, I confronted him about it. He denied it, tried to come up with an excuse. I immediately stopped working with him.
It's the cook up. Time for the cook up.
roots create bitter fruit. Hebrews 15. Yeah, man. Whatever's deep rooted in you that you're holding on to that's negative, holding you down, making you mad, keeping you with that mad spirit, let it go. Dig up those roots, because it's only holding you back. Replant your seed. Replant your garden. That's my word, y'all. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Peace.